Yeah! What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the stream. To the Killjoy Jake stream specifically. I am your host, as always, Gary. And today we're talking a little bit about good old-fashioned Scream 6. I'm excited to get into it with all of y'all. So welcome. Come on down, take a seat, get your popcorn and your soda or water, and maybe you're eating an orange. I just have this handy for some reason. That was my breakfast I didn't eat this morning. But let's say hello to some wonderful people out there. Tori is here saying, I honestly would rather see Kirby as a Ghostface rather than to come back to the franchise and just die by getting stabbed by a Ghostface. Well, if she's Ghostface, she's pretty likely to die too. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I don't see her living through this one, but I also don't view dying in a horror movie as a bad thing. Like if I sign on to a horror movie and I live, I'm gonna be kind of disappointed in a lot of ways. But I don't know. We'll just have to see. I would say it's likely that she doesn't make it through this one, but it's a possibility, especially to be a 7 from our Radio Silence boys. Maybe they keep her alive for one more. Anakin's here saying, holy something, it's Ghostface. Can't say that in the first couple minutes of a stream, but I got you, my dude, with this one.
Holy shit, it's Ghostface!
It never gets old. Love it. Anakin Shark is saying, also, Jake, do you have the clip of Sydney saying I'm bored? I don't, but I should get that. And then he's also saying, how tall are you? I am 6'2". I'm too dang tall. Too tall, my friend. EA Sachs is saying, I agree. I would hate to see her brought back and then go out without a very good reason. I don't think she goes out like first 5 minutes either. Like I think she makes it through almost the whole movie. almost the whole movie. So we're gonna spend some time with her. She plays a major role in this, as we were promised from our Radio Silence peeps. Tom is here. What's up, Tom? How's it going? Saying, hey Jake, how's it going? Hope everyone here is having a good day. I hope they didn't give away the fate of Kirby. I hope not either. We'll just have to see, though. We'll just have to see. That's what she said, is saying she doesn't have to be a Ghostface killer nor a victim. She could be a survivor just like Gail and Sydney. I don't want to see a lot of people survive in this movie, though, man. It's a horror movie at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? I want to see some death. Kaylee is saying, should I watch that extra trailer? I don't want to be spoiled. We're going to break it down a little bit, Kaylee. They didn't really... listen, Fate on the Lethal Collective was a little freaking out about one thing. It's not that big of a deal. I don't think it really spoils anything. I still don't really have a read. Like, I have my theory as to who the killer is, but I don't really have like, oh yeah, for sure, from the trailer. It's nothing like that. Kind of stuff we've already been talking about, just another shot from certain angles of something. We'll talk about it here in a minute, but nothing that I would say is very spoilery. Scott Walker is here. What's up, Scott? Saying, I know a very good name for a killer animal movie, The Maneater, a Manhattan... What? A Manhattan where a white tiger is stalking the streets of New York and it's attacking and killing people, and the tiger has a happy ending. All right, hell yeah. So tiger running around Manhattan eating people. It's the Scream 6 specific sequel. I love it, Scott. Tiger in a Ghostface costume. Jen Warner's here too, who is a Killjoy cult member. I greatly appreciate that, Jen. Thank you. Saying hello, everyone. Please hit the like button and subscribe if you have not. Some great advice there. I love it. Kulpon is saying, hey, Jake sent you an email with an insane but quite plausible Scream 6 ending theory, too long to fit in chat. Sick. I will check it out later, my friend. I bet that's awesome. Jason is here saying, who's also a Killjoy cult member. Once again, I appreciate that. Big thumbs up to you, Mr. Jason, or Mr. Evans, as I should say. Saying, I think she is just going to be sincerely trying to help out the gang in defeating Ghostface. I think bringing her back would be a waste if she dies or is a Ghostface. I think she will be in Scream 7. I don't know. You know, characters in horror movies, it's almost weird if they don't die, I guess, in my opinion. But I do love Kirby. I think Hayden Panettiere is awesome. It's going to be great to see her back once again. But I don't know. That's just my opinion. Howard is saying, dude, I have a feeling that I can't explain that Kirby is one of the Ghostface killers. I could see it happening, man. We don't know Kirby all that well. You think you do. You know Scream 4 Kirby all that well. But 10 years have gone by, my friend. I think that is absolutely in the realm of possibility, for sure. So it could happen. Just the way she talks and acts in general makes me believe that. I feel that. Her one line's a little suspicious. You know, I'm going to be honest. Ghostface Mace is saying, let's go! Let's go! Yeah! What's up, Ghostface Mace? Love it. Sarah Campbell's here. What's up? Sarah, welcome to the stream. Welcome, and thank you for being a Killjoy cult member. I appreciate that. Appreciate that a whole lot. Who else we got? Who else is hanging out with us on the Scream stream tonight? Lindsay Kamar is here. Hello. Just Mar is here. Sup? Yo. Culpin, I already said hi to you. I already said hello to you. Hey, Killjoy family. What's up, Horror Den? Welcome. Thanks for being a Killjoy cult member. Same to you, Deanna Ryder. Saying, yo, loving the cranberry colored shirt. Thanks. Brings out the blood in your veins. Yes. I do have a lot of blood inside of my body. It's I'm thankful for it, let me tell you. Rick D is saying, what's up? Good evening, Jake and chat. Welcome, Rick D. What's up? We got May Ann here too. Howdy, hey. What's going on? Jay Fresh is saying, do you think the leaked pic in the body bag proves they die? Listen, we don't talk about no leaks or spoilers or nothing here, so I don't know what the heck you're talking about. And I'm sorry, my friend, but we're gonna move on past that. Logan C is saying, what's up, Jakey boy? You're my favorite horror YouTuber. Well, Logan, you're my favorite person in the chat right now. I appreciate that. I kid. All of you are my favorites, but Logan, you're pretty dang cool too. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Logan. Thank you. Lee is saying, I think Gale will die in that scene from the trailer, and when you see the gang say we lure him in and you see a flashing police car light in the background, that's after they find her dead. Ooh, could be the case, man. I don't think anyone's safe in this movie. I'm not, no bets. Nobody's safe. I'm not feeling safety for any of the characters in this one. I think anyone could die. I wouldn't want Gale to die personally. I feel like because she's our one connection to every single movie, and that's kind of nice. It's kind of a cool thing that Scream does that no other slasher movie does. Killing Gale kills that, essentially. So I guess that's why I'm so against killing Gale. But I'm also like, it would be pretty shocking. I wouldn't expect it. Couldn't see it coming. Reese is here saying, just booked my ticket for a double viewing of Scream 2022 and Scream 6 for the same night on the 8th of March. I wish I could do the same. They're not doing that here in the US yet. Fingers crossed. Because I would love to see that on the 8th opposed to the 9th. That would be awesome. So have fun, Reese. Good stuff. Maybe I can fly over to the UK and do the same thing. that would be awesome. That would be sick. But welcome one and all to the group. We got John Smith throwing $2 in there, giving us some sad news. Rest in peace to George P. Wilbur. Halloween 4 and 6. Yeah, that's truly tragic. I saw that the other day. My buddy Sean put it out there. Yeah, that sucks. Rest in peace, man. Well, John, thank you for the $2. I really do appreciate it. And yeah, horrible news, or awful news, which sucks. Charles Lee Ray is saying, I don't have friends. I have Killjoy Jake. That's all right. We're vibing. We're vibing here. Someone's got a 9 months, I guess. Let's do this. You're gonna hear a little double for a second here, but for whatever reason, StreamYard doesn't like to show me everything else going on. But Valerie Janowski has been a member for 9 months. Valerie, I appreciate that. Thank you. Happy Friday to all you amazing people. She says, nice, good stuff. Happy Friday, everybody. We made it. We made it through that week. Here we are through another week. 1 week closer to Scream 6, baby. Almost there. It's exciting stuff, let me tell you. Oh, but let's talk a little bit about the news. Let's get on into the news. Right on into the news, as they say. So we got ourselves some new images via a new TV spot that came out yesterday. Kind of want to just break down some of the new images. Like I said earlier, not really too spoilery in my opinion. It's stuff we've already been talking about. We got this picture of Sam holding a knife that I just think is kind of, ooh, spooky. Why is she holding the knife? I know a lot of my Sam being the killer friends out there might like this picture a whole lot. I thought that was pretty cool. We got some spooky stuff with her and Tara too, kind of saying like, you ready for this? Like, we're gonna fight Ghostface to the death. And they of course chopped Jenna's line where she says, come and get me, you mother. That's it. They cut it. They cut it right there, just like what they did with Gale with I'm gonna shoot you in the head. Come on. I know it's not a Red Band trailer, but come on. It's kind of corny cutting out the fucks, you know what I'm saying? We're 10 minutes in, I can say that now. Screw it. We also got this picture of what I think is Devin Nakata falling off of a ladder. This was something I theorized a little while ago that would happen. We kind of saw this in the teaser and trailer. Well, I guess not so much the teaser, but more so the trailer where we see people crossing over a ladder. A lot of people thought maybe it was Mindy who was going to die in this scene, but I'm like, I think it's going to be Devin Nakata, and we kind of got a little screenshot of that in the last one. Don't forget though, I don't really see that as a spoiler because we don't see her die. We don't ever see her die in the trailer. She could make it out, very much so. And the other thing is, we're not spoiling how she dies. Is she gonna fall to the ground? Is Ghostface gonna come after her a little bit? I don't know. Are we going to see a dead body even? Is this going to be an off-screen kill? We still don't know that. We still have many things to be answered about this death and how good it's going to be for the film. So we will be able to judge it here on March 10th when everyone gets to see it. We also got this little quick shot of Chad fighting some ghost faces in the shrine, which I think is cool. In the trailer, we got a little scene like this too, where it was Chad fighting off some a ghost face in the ghost face shrine. That's a lot of ghost faces. In the shrine, let's just say that. Chad fighting off people in there, and I once again, I was kind of talking about this on the collective a minute ago. I'm kind of thinking that maybe this is like right when they both get attacked, the Carpenter sisters, and maybe they're fighting off some ghost faces. Pretty sure there's gonna be 2, maybe 3 in this film. I could see them trying to fight them off all by themselves, being outnumbered too, and then Chad comes out of nowhere to save the day. Maybe then they get out. We get that whole chase scene, don't forget, in that TV spot and the trailer as well. So that could be what follows that. It's kind of just my theory right now. And this one was also kind of interesting. Little screenshot of our leading lady talking to who I think is Josh Segarra here, and she doesn't seem all that happy. Because I remember talking about this character a little while back, saying that maybe Josh Segarra would be her new love interest in this movie, perhaps. That's just a running theory. We see him very close to Sam many times within the teaser and trailer itself. So I think that could be the case here. Once again, I just don't like the look on her face here. She doesn't look very happy. He's saying something that maybe she's not so thrilled about. And I'll tell you what, Mr. Josh Segarra is suspect number 1 in my mind. So we're just gonna have to see what happens. So Mr. Danny Brackett, is he our killer? Does Kirby survive? Those are the 2 questions I want to run through with tonight's stream. But we got some super chats to get to while y'all think about all that good stuff that we got. Legion throwing $2 in there saying it's always the people that wear flannels. Yes, and I believe Jack Champion was wearing a flannel in that one shot in the trailer. So I see why people are so suspicious of him. I smell a red herring coming on personally, Legion, but who knows? I could be wrong. 3 killers, man? I mean, if we're doing 3 killers, okay, hey, rope him in. Sure, I'm down. I'm down for that. Once again, if they do 3 killers, though, I just want it to be with to have a point behind it. Have a point to having 3 killers. Don't just be like, 3 killers for 3 killers. Have a point behind it. Why are we doing 3 killers this time around? Is it because everyone plays a different role in this much bigger operation than anything we've seen before? I'd love to see something like that. I'll tell you what. Legion, thank you for the $2 and thank you for being a Killjoy cult member. Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. John Smith throwing $2 in there too, saying Jacob's starting to suspect the Meeks twin. Ooh, okay. I would be pretty shocked if they did something like that. I mean, you know, it's different from having someone like Jenna Ortega be the killer because, like, we kind of got a lot of information about her and Sam in the last movie. Those are the 2 new characters that I feel like were developed the most. Now, with Mindy and Chad, I feel like you could still work something out with that happening. I wouldn't be necessarily against it if they explained that they were evil this whole time or something, maybe even back to the events of 5. Would be a nice way to connect this film to Scream 5, as well as our already established connections to Scream 4 and some other things from the past too. So I kind of dig that. Going back to the poster we got back in December, you know, we got this poster where everything leads back to Sam. That big old dot right at the top there, that's Sam Carpenter. And all of those funny little colored lines all going back to Sam Carpenter. Everything goes back to her somehow. How are they going to make it all connect? I don't know. Or is this just fun advertising? I guess we're just gonna have to find out. So be suspicious of everyone because, as a great man once said, everybody is a suspect. So I love it, John Smith. Thank you for the $2. Thank you. I see we got some new people coming in here too. Welcome all. Welcome one and all. Sit on down, eat your oranges because that's our theme today. We're eating oranges. I don't know. Maybe I'll eat an orange at some point. That'll be fun to watch. We got Save Robbie here, who's a Killjoy cult member. Welcome. Metal as fuck, bro. What's up? How's it hanging? Welcome to the stream. Mr. Nestle Crunch is here too with a big old Kool-Aid guy. Is that his blood or what's going on? What is the Kool-Aid in the Kool-Aid man? It's a question the world may never know. Saying, I've been going through some bad things and watching your vids makes me feel better, thanks. Well, good, Mr. Nestle Crunch. I'm so sorry about that, and I hope it all gets worked out very easily. So I'm really happy my videos can help. So all the love to you. All the love to you. Hope you're doing good. That's what she said, is saying a knife can be used for self-defense or for killing people. You know, one or the other. Tattle the Tail is saying the scene with Mindy and Nika and the ladder, it seems like Sam and Tara are in the scene too. Ghostface going after that many people at once is pretty bold. Well, this Ghostface has been promised to be something different, and you know, this time I feel like maybe they're not lying to us. So I think that maybe they all got chased into the other room, not knowing where Ghostface was, perhaps, and we're like, okay, well, fuck it, we got this ladder. Let's get into the other side of this apartment. Climbing over, everyone goes over. You know, they're looking behind their shoulder, like, what? Oh God, is he coming? And of course, our friend Devin Nakata, I don't think is getting so lucky here. So I'm okay with that. I dig it. Ghostface Mace is saying, Jake, not to be off topic, but do the Ohio memes annoy you? As a fellow Ohioan, I also make fun of my home state all the time. It's literally just corn. You walk outside, it's corn and trees. That is what this entire state is. So I don't know if it annoys me or not, but I think it's pretty funny because a lot of it's accurate. There's nothing to do here, and it's just corn and trees. That's it. So I don't know. I think it's kind of funny from what I've seen. What else do we got here? What else are we all talking about? What's up? The Drew Seth saying, hello, Jake. First timer, treat me kindly. Well, welcome to the stream. All the love to you. Welcome. Sit on back. I don't know, whatever you're drinking and enjoying, enjoy it. And pitch your craziest Scream 6 theories out there, and we'll talk about them. It's always fun. It's always a good time. So pitch it out there, and welcome to the stream. Welcome. Jen ate an orange today too. Nice, for the first time in years. What a coinky dink. What a coinky dink that is. I was gonna have one for breakfast, but I'm just I've been working all day. Just had it sitting here. So there we go, man. What else we got here? Eric is here saying, what's gooch, Jake? It's all gooch in the cooch, as they say. Eric is also saying, I'm suspecting they could do a Scream 3 and make it that someone else has been involved the entire series. I can see that being the case too. Once again, I definitely feel like this movie is going to connect 4 and 5 all into this one movie, as well as all the other films too. So I'm not totally against that. I feel like if you're going to try to explain like, oh, I was there in the background of 2 and 3 and 1 and also 5 and 6, it's like, well, okay, man, that this villain speech is going to be half the movie if we try to do something like that. But I am down for something that kind of connects very loosely to all of these other different things, however they want to do that. So I think that could be cool, Eric. I like that a lot. That would be cool. Juicy Fear is saying, do you think Stu will return? I don't think so. I really don't. I feel like we would know if Matthew Lillard was on set at this point. We kind of knew about old Skeet Ulrich being on set for the last one too at this point with the last movie due to some photos that were going around. So not really anything about that. Just people talking, hoping for Stu's return. So that's how I see it. Howard is saying, Jake, you're not even in a house. It's just green screen and there's just post-apocalyptic cityscape. How did you know, Howard? Could you imagine if I just like rip this down and there's just fire? There's just hellfire and demons floating around. Like it's that scene in the South Park movie. That would be awesome. That would be sick. That's what she said, is saying, I live in Florida. It's just trees, heat, bodies of water, and crap. I don't even know how to respond to that. That's funny. That's funny stuff. Bill is here saying they just happen to have a ladder handy to get across to the next building. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe they're gonna set that up. You can listen. I'm not looking for your grandfather's Scream movie. You know what I mean? I'm looking for a Scream movie with ladders just hanging out in apartment buildings. I don't know. Listen, if you set something up, it works. If you can set something up and you can make it happen for a scene, it works. It doesn't have to be one of those things where the ladder's just hanging out in somebody's living room or something. Maybe have a scene where, you know, our friends get invited over to, let's say, Liana Liberado's apartment, and she's like, yes, my great-grandfather, you see, he was a fireman, and he gave me this ladder all the way back in the day. Oh, well, wow, really, really cool. Now they're getting chased by Ghostface. Liana's dead, and they're like, well, let's use that really cool old ladder to get across to the other side. Something like that. That's just off the top of my head. As long as you set things up, I'm all good with that. I'm all good. But if you don't, and you're just like, oh, ladder. Well, that's boring. You know what I mean? Give me some setup. Give me some setup to the ladder, and then we'll be chilling. then we'd be chilling. Kaylee's asking a big question here, saying, hey, Jake, how do you feel about the Billy hallucinations possibly coming back? You know, Kaylee, this is a weird, it's a weird spot for me because I love seeing Skeet Ulrich back in these movies, which is great. But it didn't really add anything to the last movie. Like, you could have done completely without that, in my opinion, and I don't think Scream 5 would have been any different. I don't know. If they bring it back, I hope it has more of a point. Once again, I love seeing Skeet Ulrich. Not complaining about that. He's bringing back one of the most iconic horror movie villains of all time. That's cool. That was cool to see, and he had some good lines too. But like I said, just didn't really do anything for the plot. If they're gonna do something like that, yeah, just have it be a little more relevant, a little more important. So I did think it was cool though, So it's a tough spot for old Jake. Adam Jeffrey is saying, Jake, you're such a fun to watch YouTuber, and I love it when you geek out, dude. Well, thank you, Adam. I appreciate that. I couldn't do it without you guys hanging out with me, so I appreciate that, Adam. Thanks for being here. May Ann's talking about Movie Smoothie, saying, by the way, Jake, loved your video about King of the Hill on your other channel. Thank you so much. I'm so glad you enjoyed that. It was very fun making that. I love King of the Hill. It's so big news that they're bringing that back for a 14th season. So go subscribe to Movie Smoothie if you're also into adult animated shows like myself. We're going to start branching out and doing some more like general movie stuff over there as well. So I got a lot of things in the works over on the second channel, so that's gonna be kind of my sandbox. Like, here is gonna be always pretty strictly horror, but over there we're just gonna fuck around. We're gonna talk about whatever. We're gonna talk about a bunch of stuff. Rick D is throwing $2 in there. Rick, I really appreciate that support. Thank you so much. Saying, what about Scream 6 being a little bit over 2 hours? Well, so I know we got confirmation that like it's gonna be 2 hours recently. At least, maybe a little under that even, but I'm down for it being over 2 hours. I've been saying it with Scream 5 for like a long time, that I feel like that movie could have been like 10-15 more minutes longer, and it would have been even better. So I hope it's over 2 hours. I hope it's like 2 hours and 5 minutes is kind of the runtime I'm hoping for with Scream, because like, opposed to other slashers, Scream has a much bigger agenda of things to get done. So like, I'm fine with it being a little longer. Like, I love me my 90-minute Jason movies all day, every day, but Scream's got a much bigger agenda. You got to build some characters, you got to have some crazy kills, you got to do everything a slasher does, and then he'd like take it even a step further with some meta commentary, a good mystery. Like I said, building characters is always a big thing with these movies too. You don't typically see that in your Friday the 13th. Hellraiser has some good characters that continue through them, but your typical slashers, they don't build up the characters as much most of the time, with very big exceptions, of course. But yes, so I'm down for it. I'm down for it being 2 hours, 2.5, 2.3. Well, there we go. Rick D's even saying it was revealed yesterday, 2 hours and 3 minutes. Well, bam, there you go. Your boy was watching Knock at the Cabin and falling asleep yesterday when I'm sure that got revealed. So, man, what a movie. Rick D, thanks for the $2 though. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, Culpin, this is another good point. Yes. So the film is being released in 3D. I was reading about this earlier. That's pretty cool. I'm all about that. 3D kind of just gives Jake a headache. So I don't know if I'll be there for that, but if this interests you, go for it. Hell yeah. I don't know. I've just never really liked 3D movies. That's just was never really my thing as a kid. It just always gave me like a horrible headache. I'm trying to think like what I saw. I think it was Avatar, actually. I think I saw Avatar when it came out, like in 3D, and I'm just like, my head hurts after watching this for like 3 hours. But yeah, I don't know. It's not for everybody, obviously, but if that's something that interests you, there you go. Scream in 3D. Bam. Might as well call this Scream 3D. No, please don't do that. No, dear God. Across Games is saying, do you think one of the ghost faces maybe gets killed early since Chad, Tara, and Sam seem to be fighting them? I could totally see something like that happening. I've been talking about this for a while. How cool would that be to have 3 killers and you don't know? Like, let's say we genuinely don't know there's going to be 3 killers. Someone dies like right in the middle of the movie. One of the ghost faces during a chase scene, and one of our survivors wins the fight. Unmasks them, and it's like, oh my God, we got one of them early. And maybe Gail's like, I don't know about this. Someone throws out a line like, something's fishy here. I don't know how I feel about all this. And you're like, okay, well now we're going down a whole new path of what the fucks. So I'm so down for one of the ghost faces to get killed early on. And once again, this is a great way to do your 3 killer theory, to do the whole like 3 killers with a point. Kill one of them halfway through. Bam, there you go. That's your explanation of why you did it. I am so down for that across games. I think that's a really cool way to break the typical formula and to do something different, fresh, and kind of throw you for a loop to be like, wait, they killed one of them already? So is there only one left? But bam, 2 more come out at the end. That could be cool. I'm all about that. John Smith with another $2. John, I really appreciate that. Thank you. May birthday want an awesome Best Buy Scream 6 Steelbook. Yes. Ooh, there you go. I wonder when it's gonna come out. If that Steelbook's gonna be May or like June. That's probably around the right time when we get the release, I'd imagine. June, July, maybe actually. Now that I'm thinking about, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, because I remember the Scream 5 turnaround was like pretty quick. Like getting the physical copy out, it was like, oh, nice. I got the Steelbook of that. It's pretty sweet. So I hope you get it. Hope you get it, John. Good stuff, man. Thanks for the $2, dude. Thank you so much. I wonder what the Scream 6 Steelbook is gonna look like too. I hope it's all like New York themed and shit. I do love a lot of the posters we've been getting. I know we've gotten some gotten some shade thrown at some of the posters recently. Like I've got to find the white poster. I dig it personally. I think it's a really cool design. It really sticks out from some of the other Scream posters. Oh man, I don't think I got it uploaded, but you know what? I'm gonna upload it because I want to talk about this. I really dig it. I don't know. It's a cool design to me. It's nothing where it's like, oh god, this is so ugly. Like I actually like it more than like the Scream 5 poster we got, which was just like everyone's face on something. This is pretty much that same poster, so it's not like my favorite poster of all time, but I mean, I think it's pretty cool though with the design and all that. You got the New York in the background and Ghostface hovering over the city. I think there's some cool clouds there. I'm kind of sick of posters that do this. I gotta be honest, where it's every single character on the screen, but I think it's cool the way they did this one. You got like the cloth look underneath. I don't know. I dig it. I'm a fan of it. Omar Lopez is throwing $2 in there. Omar, thank you so much for the $2. Saying, hope we see the cult of Ghostface eating pizza and playing with rats in the sewers. Yes. I'm all about that, man. That would be hilarious. They're all just sitting on like some New York steps or something, maybe the Joker stairs, and they're all just like gobbling on some pizza. That would be great. Very New York. Very New York. Let's see that happen, Omar. I dig it, man. Thanks for the $2. Thank you so much. Kaylee said, you're down to see Ghostface die early. Never happened before. Exactly. And like, what's going through the audience's head when they see a Ghostface die that early on? Like, that's crazy. I think that would be sick. So I'm all about that. It would totally throw you for a loop. You'd be like, what the fuck is going on? Are they really doing 3 killers? That's in the back of your mind now, but you're also still on the fence. You're like, they could just reveal one guy. I don't know. Sean is saying, do we think the trailer during the Super Bowl will help the movie's box office? I'm from the UK, so don't know how big the trailer spots impact. I will say yes, like the trailer during the Super Bowl, everyone's watching the Super Bowl. Like everyone's watching that. If it's for, like, some people watch the Super Bowl just for the commercials here in the US, and I am one of them. Like, I think it's the Chiefs and the Eagles, if I remember correctly. I don't care about either of those teams. I'm going to be honest. I'm from Ohio. I'm unfortunately a Browns fan, which I'm not even a Browns fan anymore. So yes, I absolutely think that this will help the movie's box office for sure. It's, it costs like millions and millions of dollars just for like 30 seconds for the Super Bowl. So yes, I do think it'll help the movie's the box office. I still think that this movie can make more than Scream 5. I think it's a possibility. I think it will make very close to as much. Like, I could see it making like 135 mil, but I could also see it making like 150 or like 155 or something crazy like that. So this one, there's so much more hype around this one. Like, we were all excited to be back in Woodsboro for the last movie. Don't get me wrong, but like the trailer just seems like more of the same, and I'm like, okay, this is going to be good. I'm excited. I'm excited to go back to Woodsboro and have another Ghostface killings. And a lot of it is more of the same, but I still like Scream 5. It's a good sequel. Scream 6 feels like it's going to be something different. And I think that was the big attraction to like Scream 3, for instance, like going to Hollywood. What a great setting for a Scream movie. That's totally meta, making fun of movies. Yeah, Hollywood. It was bound to happen in one of these movies that we would have a Hollywood setting. So that I'm sure that was really exciting when that was coming out. And say I feel like it's the same thing here, but maybe even crazier. Now we're in the 6th entry and we're still finding ways to get the fan base super pumped about like just a new setting, new things we can play around with. I'm pumped for it, man. I'm really excited for Scream 6. It's probably one of the horror movies this year that I'm the most excited for. Old School throwing $5 in there. Old School, I appreciate that kind of support. Saying, would it be too obvious if Stu is alive and is pulling the strings? It's obvious. Would it be obvious if Stu is the killer? I don't know if it would be obvious. Like, I think the one thing that's going for the theory is that it would be a shock. Like, if the whole movie you're looking at people and you're like, oh man, maybe it's Josh Segarra. Oh, maybe Kirby could be the killer. She just kind of dropped a suspicious line or something. I don't know. It would be a shock, but it would almost be a little cheap in my opinion, because you couldn't just throw Stu into the mix again. You know what I mean? You can't just throw this guy into the mix and be like, oh yeah, he's a character now. We're chilling. I've always appreciated that these movies hide their killers in plain sight. And that's fun. It always feels like a betrayal when they're revealed, and it makes it so much more emotional and impactful. I feel like the only thing you're gonna get out of a Stu reveal at the end is maybe a sense of disappointment, because like you've had this theory, this running theory about like, oh, maybe it's him, maybe it's her, maybe it's both of them, you know, and then no, it's none of those things. It's something that totally out of left field. It would be a sucker punch of a twist, which I feel like anyone could write that. Like, this is the equivalent of saying like, okay, we're setting our movie in like, let's say the 80s or something, and we're trying to figure out who the killer is this whole time. Same old setup, whatever. And then it ends up being like this infamous serial killer out of nowhere that has not had any setup whatsoever besides an Easter egg in the last film. Like, it just would be such a ridiculous sucker punch. I just don't know if it would... It wouldn't be obvious, but because it's not obvious enough, like, you got to have a little taste towards who the killer could be. That's why we have things like red herrings, you know what I mean? Because it's like, ooh, now I got suspicion on this character. Now I got suspicion over here. Now it's over here, you know what I mean? Now it's all over the place during these movies, typically. And I feel like just bringing back any dead character, it's not like I have something against Stu, because I love Stu. Stu's my favorite Ghostface killer. He's awesome. I just feel like it would be a bit of a sucker punch, and I'm looking more for how they the one thing I want to stay the same, I guess, moving through all these movies, is to have your killer hidden in plain sight. That's always so fun. It's always fun to try to guess and like see if you were right by the time the reveals happen. I got to feel that for the first time with Scream 5, and it was really fun. You know, I was too young to go see Screams 1 through 4. In fact, I wasn't even alive for the release of 2 of them. So it was really cool to see Scream 5 on the big screen, not knowing who the killers were for the first time ever. And just being like, oh my God, like that Amber reveal, dude, was ridiculous. That was so good. That was one of my favorite theater moments of my entire life. So I'm just really looking for that again here in Scream 6, personally. But Old School, thanks for the $5. I really appreciate it. And, you know, if they want to bring Stu back, do your Halloween 2018, man. Make your Halloween 2018 in the Scream universe, where it's like, where it's like just a kind of erasing everything else and just going a direct continuation off of the first one. If you really want to bring Stu back, that's the movie to do it, and it would just make more sense. You can make it a little more personalized. You could have Nev Campbell back. You could have Jamie Kennedy back. The whole original cast that survived could come back. That would be pretty cool. That would be a pretty cool requel movie sometime in the future. Just not now, you know? We're telling a new story. I guess I'm just a little more excited to see what happens with the Carpenter sisters and the Meeks Martins twins and Gale Weathers now in this timeline. So there's a lot of fun there's a lot of fun things that have been set up that I guess I'm so excited to see where all of this goes. Personally, over something like that. What else do we got here? Only people not in possible peril in the trailer are Danny, Ethan, Dr. Stone, and Kirby. Thoughts? Well, a lot of those people I'm very suspicious of, Deanna. I do think, like, I'm pretty dead set on Jack Champion being a red herring. I think he would be a great red herring, especially if, like, I've heard rumors that maybe him and Tara are dating or something along those lines. I could see him being a really good, like, Derek-esque character. You know, I really see him playing that in this movie. I'm pretty sold on that. Yeah, dude, Danny Brackett, man. Listen, you named your character Danny Brackett. I am so suspicious of Mr. Josh. Josh Segara, I'm almost 90% sure, is our killer in the cracked mask over here. Pretty sure that that's who we're looking at here. That's my running theory as of right now, but I could be wrong. And God, I kind of want to be wrong. You know, I kind of don't want to have everything all. I don't have everything all figured out. Even if it is him, how do we know? What's the motive? You know, the motive is like the most interesting thing about the reveal. It's like you get the reveal and you're like, oh, what? It was them, but why? You're immediately gasp and then silence because you want to hear why. You want to hear why they're doing it. So I'm excited to see. That the motive is going to be the thing that's the most exciting for me personally. What else do we got here? The release of Scream 3 was super hyped up. It had a huge opening weekend. Yeah, I would be hyped for that. Like, if we had never gotten a Scream movie that was set in Hollywood and then bam, we're doing that all of a sudden, I'm like losing my mind. I'm losing my mind. Who's your favorite character of the new cast? Oh, that's tough. Like, I really like Sam. I there's so much hate on Sam and it makes me sad because I really do. I think she's a great final girl, and I'm glad that they didn't just go the route of let's just do another Sidney Prescott, you know, and I really appreciate that they took a risk with Sam and they tried something different. And for the most part, I think they were really successful. And once again, here in 6, I think we're going to see an even more badass version of Sam. Like, we got a taste of it at the end of 5, but moving into 6, I feel like we're going to get even more of that here. So I'm totally down for that. Culpin saying if it's Danny, then they're doing Sam's boyfriend love interest, admire a second time. Very repetitive. I feel you on that. I feel you on that. But like, here's my thing about it. If they're doing what I think they're doing, and they're making it like Danny Johnson from the games, that's the twist right there. Like that's your twist. That's what's gonna make it special. That's how it's gonna be different. Like Richie was, let's be honest, kind of a little bitch. like Richie was just this little jerk. He was this little guy that jerked off in his corner to his stab movies, and that was it. I think that our Danny character here is going to be a lot more interesting of a character, even if they are the love interest, which, yeah, I'll give you that. That would kind of suck. Be like, I kind of see that coming, but I feel like the twist with this character is going to be much more so the fact that it's closer to our Dead by Daylight killer, who is so interesting, which is why I had to incorporate it into our movie. I heard like Matt pitched that to me. He called me one day and he's like, dude, have you ever read about like Danny Johnson, the Dead by Daylight games, like the lore behind that? He gave me like 2 sentences and I'm like, I'm fucking in. That is the coolest Ghostface idea ever. Oh my God. That's everything Mickey should have been and unfortunately was not. So I love me some Danny Johnson. If that's what they're trying to do here, having a fake last name, Brackett, that'd be pretty cool. Listen, they didn't call him Billy Loomis for nothing, okay? That's all I'm gonna say. They didn't call him Billy Loomis, giving him that last name from Halloween for nothing. They're doing the same thing here, it seems. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Just my crazy theory. Put on your tinfoil hats. John Smith throwing $5 in there again. John, I really appreciate that, dude. Thank you. Saying 2000. Flashback to 2000. I remember seeing Scream 3 on HBO when there was only one channel while I was in 8th grade thinking I was all badass. Fun times. Nice. That's awesome, man. That was my experience with Seed of Chucky at a very young age. I got to see that way too young. Got to see some messed up stuff in that. The head getting cut off with the wire. I got to see that at a very young age and just being like, oh my God, I can't wait to tell all the kids at school about this. And I freaked out all of my friends talking about that and The Fly. I remember telling my friends about The Fly and how much I loved that movie as a kid and how they were like, oh, why do you watch that stuff? Oh my God. I loved it, man. Loved it. Oh my God. But dude, that's awesome, man. That's a great memory. Scream 4 was my young memory too. So that's really cool. Scream 3. Nice, man. Thanks for the $5, dude. I appreciate that. I appreciate that a whole lot. I'm glad you have that memory, man. These movies are so special for that reason, you know? They were at like the height of popularity when I was born. Like I kind of remember people like my dad talking with like his friends about like the Scream movies when I was younger. And I'm just like, I have no idea what you're talking about, but sounds pretty cool. And then when Scream 4 came out, like I was at that age where I was getting more into horror movies and stuff, and I was like, oh, this is awesome. You know, this is sick. Kind of introduced me to the whole idea of like mysteries in horror movies. Like that was not something I was super familiar with. I was like, I was more into like the gross body horror stuff when I was way younger, which sounds so fucked up, right? But yeah, then I got to see like mysteries and stuff, and I'm like, I love this. Okay. Like I love like mysteries and all that and shit in these movies. It keeps you engaged, you know what I mean? Like some movies you're watching them and you're like, okay, you know, this is fine, whatever. But man, you get a good mystery going and you're like, I'm on the edge of my seat trying to figure out what the fuck is going on. So I've always kind of incorporated that into my writing. Kevin Williamson has always been a big influence. Love what he does. Love it so much. Colby is here. What's up, Colby? How's it going? Colby is absolutely amazing. The MVP of the last stream. Thank you so much, Colby. Throwing $5 in here too, saying I hope they come up with clever, chilling calls from Ghostface. I agree. I want to see some more Roger L. Jackson action in this one, man. I want to see him. That totally rhymed, and I did not mean to do that on purpose. I want to see some more crazy lines from the guy. A big stand out of 5. Like, love or hate that movie, Roger L. Jackson, man, gives one of his best vocal performances as Ghostface. I think maybe ever. Like, it might be my number 1 of all the movies. It's so over the top and so, like, fucking scary. Like, man, I don't know. Loved what Roger did in that last movie. I'm expecting nothing less from this new one, so... Sheriff Judy. I say that to myself all the time. Like I'll be walking around, I'll be chilling with friends, and I'll just be looking at myself, and I'm like, Sheriff Judy, like that. And people are like, what was that? What'd you say, Jake? And I'm like, nothing. Don't worry about it. Love it, man. I want to see some more good calls this time around too. Great stuff, Colby. Thanks for the $5. Appreciate that. Nerali is here too. What's up, Nerali? Throwing $5 in there as well. Once again, thank you for the support. Saying, feel like Josh Segarra is a red herring and Jack Champion is one of the ghost faces. Oh, so you got him flipped right now. I got you. Don't think he is dating Tara, so they won't be going down the boyfriend plot. Yeah, once again, that Jack Champion and Tara, that's a total guess. Like that is a total guess as to why he's involved. I don't really have a read on why else he would be involved, I guess. Like, maybe he could be, like, Chad's friend or maybe Devin Nakata's friend or something. I'm trying to figure it out. I don't know why else he would be there otherwise. Because, like, me personally, if, you know, my friend's getting chased around by a killer, I'm going to send them the best of luck, but I'm going to get the fuck out of there. Like, I'm going to be like, listen, man, I love you and all, but I'm getting out of this. If it's a significant other, totally different story. Like, I'm there, I'm helping them, I'm making sure they don't die and all that shit. Like, it's a bit different. I feel like my friends would feel the same way about me. We've had this conversation. Like, I spent some time with my buddies. I'm working on this project right now, and we were all just kind of talking about horror movies and stuff, and they were asking me, they're like, if we were in that situation, would you just get the fuck out of Dodge? And we all unanimously were like, yeah, pretty much. Like, no offense, but like, I'm getting the fuck out of there. Like, I love you, man, but I'm getting the hell out of there. So I need a good reason for him to be sticking around, you know? So I don't know what that is yet. That's kind of why that's just kind of my leading theory right now. I could be totally wrong. Who knows? Maybe Josh Segarra isn't even Sam's boyfriend. We don't know that. We don't have any confirmation on that yet. I'm just guessing because he's always standing next to her in these damn trailers and teasers. That's not really enough to say that they're boyfriend and girlfriend, you know? So, but Nerali, I love it though. I dig the theories. I love it. I do hope it's not the boyfriend. I hope it's not obvious in any way to us longtime fans. So I love it. Nerali, thanks for the $5. Thank you so much. Michael Parton coming in with $5 as well, who's also a Killjoy cult member. Thank you. Saying, remember, slasher films aren't just horror, they can also be thriller. I still call Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho to be the first slasher film. It absolutely laid the groundworks for it, you know? It's tough to say what, like, I think it's very arguable to say, like, when is the first slasher? When is, like, okay, this is like when is that, I guess? I think Psycho laid that's kind of like the This is so hard to explain, but that's kind of like the cinder blocks, right? That's kind of like the cement that you build your house off of, is how I feel about Psycho. And many movies added more into it. If it's the wood that built the house, or if it's the plumbing, or if it's the fucking paint on the front door, you know what I mean? I feel like Halloween's definitely like the paint on the front door, but Black Christmas, a lot of people say, is the first slasher. I know there's like I'm trying to think of the first movie that was like super gory that came out after Psycho, but I can't remember it off the top of my head. That is very arguable, my friend. But Alfred Hitchcock absolutely was like the first person to kind of get going with all of that. So yeah, no, I absolutely feel you there. But yeah, I also do think that like slashers, they have a certain formula that you kind of have to loosely follow a little bit. There's a lot of wiggle room there, which is why slashers are still popular today. But nothing's like 100% set in stone, which is nice. Like if it was, I don't think we would be still watching slasher movies at this point. It's nice that we've had the rules bent in all different kinds of ways over the past, fucking 50 some years or whatever of slashers, 50, 60 years. Love it, man. It's good stuff. Lot of great horror movies out there, and I highly recommend some Hitchcock movies too, because Psycho is a damn near perfect film if it wasn't for that one scene, and y'all know what I'm talking about. Michael, thank you for the $5. I appreciate that. Thank you. Been a Scream fan since 96, and I've loved every time a new movie comes out. Keeps the fun vibes from the 90s going. Yes, absolutely, man. I dig it, Drew. Good stuff. Good stuff. What's up, Eric? How's it going? Saying, hey, Jake, I remember when Scream 4 came out in 2011. I was 13. I was 13 too. Yeah, I was as well. Been a big fan of Scream since 1996. I was born on that year. Oh, maybe I wasn't then. How old was I? Well, I was born in fucking 1998, so I would have been like 12, 13 that year, I think. I don't know. Math is hard, man. Math is way too fucking hard to figure out that shit right now in the middle of a stream. But Eric, I love it, man. I love it. I remember when Scream 4 came out too. Like, I remember seeing the ads and being scared and shit. It was great. Little baby Jake was terrified, man. I was terrified of Monster House when I was a kid. Okay, I was terrified of all that stuff. but it's great, man. I love it. I love being scared. So, what else do we got here? What else are we talking about? What other theories are we pitching out into the world about a good old-fashioned Scream? Scream 6 looks like an action movie. That one scene in the bodega does. that one scene certainly does. We're in the best generation for horror. A hot take, Tony, but I don't think you're too far off, man. I mean, we are getting good horror films left and right. Unfortunately, I didn't have time to make a review on this movie, but Infinity Pool is maybe one of my all-time favorite horror movies. Like, I've seen it 3 times now, and it's so good. It's like, it scratches every itch I have for a horror film. Like, trying to figure out what the fuck is going on. Great body horror, great, just disturbing psychological terror. I don't know. I'm just 10 out of 10 movie. Could not recommend that one enough. There are so many, I don't know. There are so many good horror movies coming out nowadays. That is definitely up there for sure. The 2020s, man, they're going to be something else. You were born in 98. I know, I'm just a little baby. I'm a little 24-year-old baby. I feel old though. I've been I worked a lot when I was younger in like a warehouse and shit, and everything's already starting to hurt, which sucks. So which is truly a shame, let me tell you. But yes, 98. I am 24, 25 this year at some point. So y'all don't need to know my birthday. Some of you probably do. I don't know. Carter did not like Infinity Pool. I remember you sent me a message being like, that was no possessor. And I'm just like, oh man, I don't know. If I had to watch a film again, it would be Infinity Pool, but I just don't want to see nut stuff. Well, see, I like nut stuff. I like the bodily fluids and all that. And you know, the other thing about it is like, if you're just going to have a character jerk off another character on camera for no reason, yeah, I'm going to be annoyed by that. Like, okay, you're just doing gross stuff for gross stuff, but it was all purposeful. Like, that's what's so great. Like, that's what's great about it to me. Like, I remember for Red Right Hand, we were talking about like, we wanted more blood in a certain scene or something. I'm like, it's not really, there's really no point to a bunch of blood coming out at this point. Like, you got to have a purpose for it. As long as you do that, I'm happy with it. Skinamarink was good. It was really weird. It was really weird. But I still liked it. I still had a really good time with it. I also really like Kyle Edward Ball on Twitter, has said like just some really funny things about it. I just really dig a lot of the things he's saying about this movie and some of the other weirder indie stuff out there. So I like him a whole lot. I'm very excited to see what he does next. Skinamarink was interesting. You know, I feel like there's a lot of potential there for sure. Michael Parton's throwing $5 out there too. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Saying, sitting through blood splatter, gore fest horror movies while you eat takes a lot of guts. No pun intended. I've sat through some, I've sat through some messed up stuff while eating. It doesn't really bug me. It just makes me laugh. Like, I just think gross stuff is hilarious. Like, it's fucking awesome. I don't know. I've seen a lot of people get really sick watching some horror movies that I've shown them, which is, trust me, hilarious for me to watch. But yeah, yeah, man. It's never really bugged me that much, which is why I think I like it so much. Love me my Cronenberg movies. Love me my John Carpenter. Love me my Sam Raimi movies. They're all gross. All good. Always a good time, man. Tell you what, it's good stuff. Michael, thanks for the $5, man. Be careful eating while you're watching a Serbian film. Don't eat while watching that. You know what? Don't even watch that movie. Just don't. Skip it. Some movies are too gross. Oh man, why do you think so many people don't seem to like Infinity Pool? Mostly, I've seen mostly positive reviews, actually. But if there are people out there who don't like it, it's absolutely not for everybody. You know, it's a really intense horror film with a lot of really gross things about it. Mia Goth does some of the most nasty shit I've ever seen on camera. Like I love that though, personally. Like I think it's great. I've seen some people say that Mia Goth's annoying in the film. I completely disagree. I think it's her best performance I've ever seen. I think it just barely tops her Pearl performance, because like I love when you go from 0 to 100 with a character. And in Pearl, she's like 80% at the beginning and then goes to 100. And it's great. Don't get me wrong. Like her performance in Pearl is amazing, man. Like, oh my God, that blew me away the first time I saw it. But I think I just appreciate how subtle she is in Infinity Pool at the very beginning, and how she once again goes to 100 again. She's so subtle at the beginning. She's so like soft spoken. She's almost like Mia Goth in real life, who is very soft spoken, very, very more laid back and chill. And then as the movie goes, I mean, she just progresses and starts getting crazier and crazier, saying like the most outlandish, out of pocket shit. And I don't know, man. I loved every second of it. I think Alexander Skarsgård is amazing in the movie too. Cleopatra Coleman was great too in her very small role, but she kills it. The movie keeps throwing you for a loop too, and you think you know where it's going. You think it's going to be about this one thing. Okay, I've seen this before, but that's not what it's about. It's about so much more. And that had me so fascinated. I don't see that. I don't see anything topping that for my favorite horror movie of the year personally. I really enjoyed it. Old School's throwing $5 in there, saying it's sick how much I loved the shrine scene in the trailer. Yes. Oh yeah. The shrine was awesome. A lot of nice Easter eggs. I'm sure we're going to I'm sure we're gonna see a lot more Easter eggs in the actual movie too. I was talking a little bit on the Lethal Collective about how we'll probably see the voice changer in there. Why not? Why not throw that in the background? So that would be cool. That would be pretty sick if we did something like that. So Old School, thank you for the $5. I appreciate that. Thank you. John Smith throwing $2 out there, saying drinking cold beer, watching Halloween 6 for George. Nice. I wonder if you're watching the producer's cut or not. That's my favorite way to watch it personally. Is as full of myself as that sounds. No, Halloween 6 is underrated, man. I dig it. It's so weird. It's so fun. So fucking Paul Rudd stealing a baby. Come on. How can you watch that and be like, nah, but seriously, rest in peace, man. Rest in peace. That's awesome. John Smith, enjoy, man. Enjoy. Thanks for the $2, man. Appreciate that. Nirali throwing $5 in there too, saying, will the cast be promoting Scream 6 with interviews closer to release, or they will keep it more discreet than part 5 so they don't spoil it? Well, you know, they're already they're already being a little cautious with some of the interviews. I remember Dermot Mulroney kind of like spilled the beans on how he's a cop and how like his daughter's involved and all that, how she's going to be a victim. And it's like, whoa, dude. Like first Scream film I see. No, I'm totally kidding. But Yeah, I don't think there'll be too much. We have gotten some Radio Silence interviews recently where they kind of talked a little more about the movie and how it's really fast paced and how they love working with all these people so much. If it's Samara Weaving, Melissa Barrera. I kind of talked about that in my last video a bit. So they really haven't, they've done a pretty good job marketing this movie. Like, they're teasing the differences from some of the past Scream films, which is nice. But they're not giving away shit in the movie, which is nice. Like, they're not giving away the entire flick, and that has me very happy. So I'm very excited to see it and see what see what like actually goes down, what kind of New York themed sequences they have in mind besides what we've already seen. So Nerali, I'm very excited for the film, let me tell you. Thanks for the $5. Thank you. Michael Parton throwing $2 in there saying, I've heard Skinamarink was dumpster juice. I don't think it was dumpster juice. I mean, you don't make a movie like that just for no reason, you know? I don't know. Like, it's all purposeful. The movie's filmed in a really weird way, which is why I'm sure most people don't like it. But after watching it a second time, I got it a little more. I think it does kind of turn into just nonsensical horror craziness at one point, but there is a very clear story to follow. Like, I've seen people say, like, there's no story, and I'm like, well, you missed it then. Like, it's all there. It's actually quite clear. It's a really simple story to follow. It's just shot in a way that makes you feel like you're trapped in a nightmare where you're not seeing everything happening exactly how it is. Like, the first time I watched it, it took me like about 20 minutes to really get into it, because I was like, what the fuck? Like, we're looking at the ceiling, we're looking at carpet, we're looking at Legos, what's happening here? And then I think the second time around I enjoyed it a lot more, but it's definitely a harder movie to get into if you just watch it once. I would recommend at least 2 or 3 viewings on that one, but it's worth it. I think it's really fucking scary. It really got me in. There's 2 sequences in specific that just scared the fuck out of me, and then the last shot is fucking terrifying. Like the most terrified and petrified I've been by a movie in a long time. So I enjoyed it. I get why people don't like it, but I think it's a really fun experimental film. So I was a fan of it. Check it out, Michael. It's on Shudder right now. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Legion throwing $5 in there. Thank you so much, Legion. I appreciate that. Saying the irony of the actress who plays Amber in Scream 5 gets Anakin Skywalker twice in 2 separate movies. Yeah. Yes. She. Yeah. It's kind of an odd coincidence. She catches on fire and dies in 2 movies. I fucking love her and Mikey Madison in Scream. She's awesome as a Ghostface killer. I almost like her character more in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, though. It's tough to say. It's really tough to say. I'd have to watch them back to back almost, but both characters are great. I want to see Mikey Madison in more horror movies for sure. It was cool seeing her work with Tarantino too. You know, I mean, that was awesome. So, but I really do. I would like to see her play more crazy characters. I feel the same way about Samara Weaving too. Like, I love that she's probably the, like, 90%, she's probably going to be the opening kill in this new movie. And that's awesome. I'm very excited for that. But I really want her to play like an evil character again in something else. So it's been a while since I've seen that. She had like 5 minutes of screen time in The Babysitter 2, which sucks. But I do want to see more of her just losing her fucking shit. Even though she is a great final girl, don't get me wrong. I mean, Ready or Not kicks ass. Man, I just watched that again recently, and I forgot how good she was in that movie. Oh my God, Ready or Not is so good. But yes, Mikey Madison, Samara Weaving, let's get them in a movie together as 2 female killers just losing their mind. that would be awesome, Legion. Thank you for the $5, dude. I appreciate that. Thank you. I love how she kind of looks like Freddy Krueger a little bit at the end. You know, that was sick. That was sick. Tony's saying your passion for horror movies is pure poetry in motion. Well, thank you, Tony. I appreciate that, man. That's really sweet. Dude, I'm so excited for this movie, man. I'm so excited for. I was kind of worried that Scream 6 wouldn't be one of the movies I was the most hyped for this year, and it is. Like, it just genuinely is. It's up there. Like, my top 3. Well, Insidious 5 is up there too. Scream 6 for sure. Evil Dead Rise for sure. Saw X for sure. And maybe Insidious 5 underneath all those. But man, all 4 of those movies, I'm so fucking excited for. Like, we kind of got, like, all the original horror movies I was pumped for were last month, oddly enough. So, there's a few. Actually, there's a few that I'm missing here. What do we got here? What do we got on the list? I'm excited for 65, Cocaine Bear, Winnie the Pooh. Can't believe I'm saying that. There's not, I don't know too many more originals that are coming out this year. Beau is Afraid, okay. Five Nights at Freddy's, I guess, is kind of an original. But yeah, there's a lot of good stuff coming out. Oh man, it's gonna be another great year for horror. I don't know if it tops 2022, but it's gonna be up there. I'll tell you what. Josh Idle is throwing $5 out there. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Saying Emma Roberts was recently on a podcast blasting Scream 6 productions for the Nev thing. Not sure if she is going to be in the film though. So I do remember that, blasting. I don't know if she was blasting, but I do remember hearing that she said something along the lines of like, how can they make a Scream movie without Sydney? Like, that's crazy. I do remember hearing her say that, but I do remember her also saying something along the lines of like, with Scream, I feel like I wasn't done. Like, she wanted to do more with it. I'm sure she was aware of the original plans for like 4, 5, and 6, where it was kind of focusing on her a little bit. And I would have loved to have seen that. I really would have loved to have seen that. But I know what you're talking about, Josh. I've seen this. I'm trying to think where I saw it. I'm trying to think where this came from, but I do remember that. We also had, I mean, to your point, we also had Matthew Lillard saying the same thing about Nev. So I don't know. I'm not 100% sold on Emma Roberts being in this movie. I think it would be a really cool little Easter egg if they give us like a Randy-esque like video of her from 2011 or something. That would be fun. I'm like, okay, sure. Why not? But I'm not 100% sold on it. It's one of those things that I just feel like would be cool, but would it push the story along? I don't know. It could, like, it absolutely could if she revealed something about Scream 4 we didn't know about, which they could write that in. That could be cool. But I got to see it. I got to see how they do it. So I would love to see Emma. I love Emma Roberts, so I wouldn't be against her having a little 5-second cameo or something. That would be cool. I'm kind of with you though. I'm kind of leaning towards I don't think she's in the film, but anything's possible. We have some Jill references we've seen from the sets, so I don't know. I'm leaving it open, leaving that door open for now. But Josh, thank you for the $5. I appreciate that. Have I seen Nightmare on Elm Street news rumors? There's been like a lot of little things here and there, Carter. So I've seen like some talk about like, oh, actually they're Warner Bros or whoever is like trying to get something in the works, but like nothing's 100% certain yet. I would absolutely be down. Like, I would be so down for a new Nightmare. Give me a Nightmare requel. Let's do it. Let's knock it out. Let's make that thing happen. Get Robert back. He's not that old. He's not that old. Come on. Have him do one more movie. That would be great. So I hope it happens, man. I really do. I really hope it happens. Legion throwing $5 in there saying all the horror greats went to space. It's Ghostface's turn to listen, this shit writes itself, Legion. Ghost space? Come on. How is that not a thing yet? Oh man. No, I wouldn't be surprised if we have like 20 of these movies at some point in the future and they end up doing this. I'm not against it. It's like if you're at like Scream 20, take it to space. Who cares? Let's just have fun at that point. Like we've told the story. We've done that in probably Screams like 1 through 10. Now we're at 20. Let's go to space. Who cares? It'll be fun. Like they're gonna take Saw to space at some point in the future. They probably will. They're gonna keep making these movies because they keep making money. So let's do some wild shit with it in the future, man. But I love it, Legion. Thank you for the $5. Ghost space, it's happening. In space, nobody can hear you stab. Michael Barton throwing $5 in there. Thank you again to everyone for the super chats. I really appreciate y'all. Saying reboot, Phantasm, Amityville, Scanners, Basket Case, Sleepaway Camp, Children of the Corn, Reanimator, Pumpkinhead, Night of the Demons, or Wishmaster. Well, Michael Parton, have I got something to tell you? If last time I checked, this might have changed. But last time I checked, the Children of the Corn reboot, whatever the fuck, is coming out March 3rd. I don't know where it's coming, but I do really hope that I hope we get to see that finally. We've been seeing pictures from it for like years now, and I think it's finally getting a release. So I really do. I would like to see another Children of the Corn. I personally just I've seen 2 of the sequels now, and I didn't really love them. I really like the first movie because it's so campy and so fun. But the sequels just don't do it for me for whatever reason. But I'm hoping for another. Hopefully we get another good one here with whatever this is. Sleepaway Camp would be another good one to connect to. That first Sleepaway Camp is incredible. Like such an underrated slasher. I love that film so much. Basket Case, I don't know how they could do that. Scanners does have sequels, which are all whack. Amityville has like 1,000 sequels that are all whack. Phantasm is a great series too. I know there's a new Pumpkinhead in the works. Oh, a new Reanimator would be great. Night of the Demons or Wishmaster. Any of those would be awesome, man. I'm down for it, man. We're gonna start getting into some of the weirder stuff as more and more horror films get successful. They're gonna start reviving some of these other series, I'm sure. So I'm for it, man. As long as we're still getting originals, that are good, which we are, then I'm fine with bringing back some of the older ones too. So I'm down for it, Michael. Love it. Thanks for the $5, man. I appreciate it. John Smith throwing $5 out there saying Billy Loomis, Corey Cunningham, Danny Brackett, new horror movie rule. Don't trust any characters named from John Carpenter or Stephen King. Yeah, man. I'll tell you what, I'm already suspicious of Danny Brackett. You can't have a Halloween last name like that be running around. No way, man. I don't trust him. Man. It could be a red herring, but I don't trust him. There's just so many reasons for him to be the killer in this movie. It would just be almost kind of weird if they don't. Like, he's almost too good of a choice. He's almost too good. Like, it's almost like Samara Weaving is so good of a choice for Ghostface. I don't think she's going to be a killer in this one because she's also a really good choice for an opening scene kill. But that's how, I don't know. That's how I feel about Josh Segarra at this point after knowing so much about him in some of the other roles he's played. He would be a great Ghostface, man. I really think that it's going to be him. I almost have I have no doubt in my mind that he's at least one of our killers. So, oh yeah, man, that's going to be one of the new rules apparently. Don't trust him. Don't be trusting our John Carpenter, Stephen King-esque characters in the future. I love it, man. John, thanks for the $5, dude. I appreciate that. Would you be up for seeing a Scream prequel? Yeah. If they can find the right people to play everybody. That's going to be tough because that cast, man, that original Scream cast is killer. You'd have to find the right people, you know? I don't think they could just de-age everybody. Some people, yes. Some people, no. You know? I know for a fact right now, if they were doing something like that, I know Rose McGowan, would just not be down. Like, she has said some pretty nasty stuff about Kevin Williamson and the people involved with this new movie. So I don't think that she would want to be there. So you'd have to get someone to replace her. I'm sure they bring Nev back if they did this at some point in the future. I don't know. I'm down for it. It would just be tough to cast. You'd have to either de-age everybody or get new people. And I don't know. Like, both of those things are just tough to accomplish is how I see it. But I'm down for it. If they make it, I'm there for it. But yeah, man, we got a lot of prequels coming as of late. A lot of prequels on the horizon. If it's the It prequel, we're getting Welcome to Derry at some point next year, and we're also getting the Crystal Lake new series. And I'm just worried about both of those series, a lot. Like, if you don't have Bill Skarsgård coming back as Pennywise, I'm not even gonna watch it. Like, I'm telling you that right now. If it's not Bill Skarsgård, I'm not there. Sorry. And same thing with Crystal Lake, man. If they don't have Jason in that, like, if you're telling me you're gonna do a whole miniseries about Pamela Voorhees, I'm not watching it. I'm sorry. I have no interest. Like, Pamela Voorhees is a cool character. She is, but not enough for a whole miniseries. I want to see some Jason action, man. And here's the other thing. If we had just gotten 3 Jason movies, okay, do your prequel series about his mom. Okay, whatever. We haven't seen Jason on screen since 2009. Don't tease that to me and then oh, actually, you know what? We're going to keep Jason. Nah, we're not doing that. Don't do that. Don't do that to me. Don't tease my Friday the 13th heart like that, man. Don't be doing that. So I really hope that they got to bring Jason back for that. They got to bring Bill Skarsgård back for for Welcome to Derry. It's got to happen. Those are just must-haves for both of those. Otherwise, I just don't know. And listen, if they want to make it little boy Jason, little swamp baby Jason running around looking like how he did at the end of the original movie, fine. That's still Jason. that is still Jason, my friends. If you want to have little baby Jason running around killing frogs in the the backyard or something messed up, show his killer origins. Okay, that's still Jason. But if he's just not in the picture, man, I don't know, man. Not for me. I don't think I would watch it. Madeline, I clicked on the wrong thing. Madeline is saying, just joined, why is Kirby a goner? So this is just, I just wanted to talk about this. Like, do we feel like Kirby's living through this movie or no? I personally don't think she's going to live. I think she's either going to be a ghost-faced killer and die, or she's just going to die. Like, I don't see her living through this movie. And that's fine. You know, I don't think it's like this, I don't think it's one of those things where it's like, man, oh, they killed Kirby. What a disrespectful. I don't see it as disrespectful. Like, it would suck. Like, I love Kirby as a character, but at the same time, dying in a horror movie is not disrespectful, man. It's an honor. It's totally an honor. I would love to get covered in blood and have Ghostface slit my throat, man. That would be awesome. Not in that order. I don't know why I said in that order. I think the blood would come after the throat slitting, personally. But whatever the makeup department wants to do, I guess. Eric is saying, what about a prequel during the Marine saga leading up to the first one? That's what they would have to do. There's really not much more story they could touch on, I would imagine, that would be like actually relevant or actually build the world a bit more. Because, that's what prequels do. They build out the world. So if you want to do that, yeah, you'd have to show the Maureen Prescott story. And that would be cool. That would be cool. But you'd have to have Billy Loomis involved. You'd have to have Roman involved. You'd have to have Stu involved. And maybe like Nev makes an appearance or something as young Sidney Prescott. But yeah, you'd have to have those characters involved, and that would just be so tough to recast or to de-age. Like think about how Billy looks in Scream 5. It's not great. I it's a cool idea, but he looks fine. He looks fine. It's just tough. It's not an easy thing to accomplish, to de-age an older actor like that. So I feel like I wish we could go back to like 1998 or something and then film that with young Skeet Ulrich and young Matthew Lillard. That would have been awesome. But I'm not against it. I'm open to it. I'm open to it. All right, Jake needs some water. Jake needs to hydrate a bit. Oh my God. Ooh. What else we want to talk about though? Twisted Pictures is saying, from your perspective, Jake, who do you think are the more vicious serial killers, men or women? I mean, it all depends, dude. It all depends. I've seen both. Man. I've seen both be very vicious in totally different movies. And listen, man, listen to enough true crime, you'll see both too. So I don't think I don't see it as a competition to be more vicious one way or the other. I think it's always interesting to see female killers over male killers, because it's not something it's probably more, I would say it's like more likely you see like a male killer in something opposed to a female killer. Like most of the big horror icons are male. And then like final girls are typically your heroes. But there's a lot of great female slasher movies, man. Like May is a great movie. Fucking Alice, Sweet Alice is a great movie. I'm trying to think like what other ones off the top of my head. Pamela Voorhees. There we go. That's an easy one. But yeah, I mean, like, dude, we've seen a lot of people be vicious. Doesn't even matter about the gender, man. I mean, like, think about Amber and Richie. Both of them are pretty fucking vicious. I would even go so far as to say Amber is maybe even a little more vicious than Richie is. Although Richie does have some good moments. He does. He really does. But I've definitely seen it both ways. I've definitely seen it go both ways. So if we're talking Scream, Jill is the most evil. Yeah, Gerald, I gotta agree with you there, man. I think the most evil Ghostface was Jill. Like, without a doubt. She was cold-blooded, lemon-scented, an evil, just an evil, vicious, awful human being. So if there was any Ghostface I would not want to fight, it would be Jill. I would not want to fight Jill. She's the top of the list. I'm fucking terrified of Jill. When I close my eyes at night and I think someone's in my closet, it's fucking Emma Roberts with a knife. Oh man. AJ Wood Games is saying, do you think Sam could start seeing visions of Stu? We just gotta have him. We gotta have him back. He's gotta come back. I love it, man. I love the persistence. I love the persistence for Matthew Lillard. We know she sees visions of Billy, I mean, because he is her dad, but what if she is, for some reason, starting to see visions of her dad's best friend? Maybe they're both there. Maybe they're both there giving her some guidance, you know, saying like, oh, man, it's cool that you're the final girl and all, sweetie, but, you know, I'd be a little more proud, be more of a proud dad if you went Ghostface, you know, Billy's saying that, and Stu's just his hype man. Be like, yeah, man, oh, we gotta go. Oh, he's spitting everywhere. That'd be awesome. That would be great, man. That was my best stew. That was my best stew. Sorry. Like I can only do it so great. John Smith throwing $2 in there again. Thank you so much again, John. Did you ever see the Halloween Ends bonus features? I saw some of them. I haven't finished them yet. I'm rewatching some. I'm going through Panos Cosmatos movies right now. I'm watching like Mandy and Beyond the Black Rainbow. I'm getting hyped up for Necrocosm. I'm sure nobody knows what the hell I'm talking about, but that's okay. Very excited for his next movie. But I do want to go through the entire David Gordon Green trilogy again before The Exorcist comes out, just to have a fresh perspective on it. I got to watch all this. I just watched Screams 2, 3, and 4, oddly enough, and I want to go through all those again before the new one comes out. So just so they're like 100% fresh in the old brain. But I am going to watch that eventually at some point. I've seen, like I said, I've seen some of them. I've seen David Gordon Green talk a little bit about Corey a lot. And I think he knew people weren't going to like it, which is really interesting to me. And he's already, the way he talks about the character, he's very defensive. Like he's very defensive when it comes to, when anybody brings up something about Corey, and the whole cast is totally backing him up, which I just like, it's very interesting to me. It's like, I don't know. I respect him for doing something that he really was passionate about and was like, I know some people aren't going to like this, but I don't know, man. I think there was a better way to do Corey in that movie personally, but that's just my take. I do want to, I'm going to go through the bonus features soon and check it out though. But yeah, soon. Good stuff, John. Love it, man. Thanks for the $2. Appreciate it. Jill was the most evil and Mickey was the best at manipulating Sydney. I just wish we saw more Mickey, man. Well, Mickey just disappears, bro. Mickey just disappears, and I don't think they set up Mrs. Loomis all that well. But yeah, I wanted more Mickey, man. We had a whole musical number in Scream 2, but we couldn't get more suspicion with Mickey, man. I don't know, bro. Scoob Pex, what's going on? What's up, Jake? Glad to catch you on the live. Can you please convince my girlfriend Roxana to watch Scream with me? She doesn't like scary movies. Roxana, my girl, if you're listening to this, watch Scream with your boy Scoob Pex here. It's a killer movie. It's not that scary. Listen, if you're like, oh my god, if you're using the argument of, it's too scary, I'm gonna have nightmares, it's not that bad. It's a fun horror film. It's really goofy. You're gonna have a good time with it. Get past the opening scene and you're gonna have a great time with it. It's so much fun. Go watch it. Check it out. It's great. It's one of the best horror. Listen, and here's the other thing too. If you're like, I'm not a big horror movie person, I understand that. I get that. It's not for everybody. But this one is a classic. This is like a classic horror film that like it just everyone should see. Like The Godfather. Like you gotta watch The Godfather at some point. It's just an amazing movie. 2001. You gotta watch 2001 at some point. Like it's, even if you're not big on science fiction, you gotta watch that movie. It's just a really well-made film. Love it or hate it. Goodfellas. We're getting into some Scorsese action here for some reason. That's just on my mind. Pulp Fiction. You gotta watch that. You gotta watch all these movies. So go ahead, Roxana. Hit play on the old Scream button. Check it out. It's pretty good. And if you hate it, I'm so sorry. I tried to have a convincing argument. It's really not that scary. It's really not that bad. It's very fun. It's a very fun horror movie. So, Scoob Pex, I did my best, my friend. I hope I did a good job at convincing. Tryhard 7 is here, throwing $5 in. Tryhard 7, sorry, you're number 7. Don't want you to get confused with Tryhard 6 or Tryhard 8. Saying how many more Scream movies are they going to have to make before we get Ghostface terrorizing Woodsboro in an attack helicopter and The Rock appears? Oh my God! Wow! Holy crap! Dude, this is wild. Man, you know. maybe it gets that crazy in the future. I'm not down for Ghostface in a helicopter. Wow, I'm actually, the more I think about that, the crazier, the more I like it. Yeah, man, we'll probably be making these movies for a while, though, to go off of that a little bit. I do think that this film franchise has so much potential. It's such a lucrative idea that you can constantly be bringing it back. There's always going to be something to talk about horror movie-wise in the world, if it's, with requels and elevated horror, as some people like to call it. Like, there's always going to be something to talk about. In 5 years, there's going to be another thing to talk about, something controversial that people don't like. In 10 years, there's going to be even more things. You know what I mean? There's always going to be a reason to bring Scream back. There's always going to be something to comment on, and poke fun at. That's what this franchise does best. And I hope we keep bringing it back for more and more fun Ghostface adventures in the future with hopefully more good characters. I really love this franchise so much. I would love to see it keep going for ages and ages. So hopefully, try hard. Hopefully, I don't know about The Rock. I don't know about The Rock and Kevin Hart buddy comedy. Their ghost faces. I don't know, man. I don't know about that, but I love it, man. I love it. Thanks for the $5, dude. I appreciate it. What else do we got here? What else are we talking about? Jordan Peele left his manager after conflicting plans for Zach Krieger's new film. Ooh, what? I didn't know about this. His film has now been optioned. Universal was offering $7 million less than was requested. Ooh, Interesting. Both of those directors, I'm very big on. But both of those directors, whatever they do moving forward, I'm all in. Especially Jordan Peele. I mean, Jordan Peele just three for three, in my opinion, with his movies. And Nope has really grown on me. Like, unlike Us and, like, I remember the first time I saw Get Out and Us, I immediately loved them. I was like, these are killer movies. Nope was a little more like, okay, that was definitely weirder. I appreciated it. At first time watch, I was like, yeah, okay. I took my friend Maya to see it again. And she was also the same way, but me, I was a little more like, okay, I'm coming around to this one. I've seen it like 4 more times, and I fucking love it. Like, Nope is a killer horror flick, man. Oh my God. I definitely didn't get everything it was trying to say the first time around. It's definitely a much bigger movie than Us and Get Out, but I fucking love it, man. I'm really loved what he did with that, and whatever Zach Krieger touches next, dude. Barbarian was so impressive. I'm down for whatever. I'm down for whatever he does next. So I'm excited. I am so excited. John Smith throwing $5 out there saying hot take alert. Oh my God. I love me some hot takes. Those are my favorite takes. Saying, Jake, what if we get no Scream 7 and it ends with 6? Just a rock solid 1-2 punch with 5 and 6 with a bittersweet ending. I love bittersweet endings. They're fucking hilarious. So if that's the case, I'm here for it. I don't want, like, here's the thing about that. Like, I'm down for a dark ending, but I don't want like a cliffhanger, unresolved, very clearly something needs to get resolved in another movie. Like, that would suck. But if you end up killing all the characters, I'm fine with that. If that's where we want to end it, if radio silence is like, yeah, there's no future in this, let's just kill it off. I don't see it that way personally. Like, I think with this franchise, I wouldn't want to see that personally, but I'm down for a cliffhanger ending that gets resolved at some point. Give me a dark ending that we can fix in another movie. But I don't know. I think with most franchises, I feel that way for sure. But with Scream, I feel like there's so much potential. Like, there's so much potential that we could keep telling these different stories in different settings. I mean, they made a whole TV show that's pretty good. First 2 seasons are pretty good, 9 times out of 10, it works really well. So I think just keep this one going. Keep going. If you want to have a Friday the 13th film where everyone fucking dies, cool. Do it. Keep them coming. Bring that to me as soon as possible. I would love that. Tasty. John, I appreciate it, man. Thanks for the $5, dude. Yeah, just my take. I'm sure there's some people that would love to see everybody die, or some people are hearing this and being like, Jake, what the fuck is wrong with you, bro? Don't kill my Gale Weathers. Don't kill my Gale Weathers. I get it. I totally get it. I don't want Gale to die either. Trust me, I don't. She has a lot of potential as a character. I'd love to see where she is at like Scream 9, bro. That would be fucking sick. Johnny's Hideout UK is throwing, I think, pounds in there, whatever that is, I appreciate it, dude. Saying thank you, Jake, for all the good times. What would have do without you? Well, dude, thank you, man. I appreciate you for being here. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. Thanks for hanging out and having the good time with all of us too. All 120 of us. Holy crap. Welcome all to the stream, by the way, if I have not said that yet. Thank you so much for the support, Johnny. I appreciate that so much, man. Thank you. Carter's also throwing $2 in there saying Weapons by Krieger will probably release in 2024. Oh, yeah, man. Oh, I'm down. I was reading a little bit about like the title. It was like Weapons, and like the premise was very similar to that movie Magnolia. So I'm I'm here for it, man. I'm very excited. Whatever he does next, I'm here for it. I love that these comedians are making horror films now. That is awesome. I do want some more comedy films. I do want some of those too, but I'm not complaining about the old horror movies, let me tell you. Listen, maybe Jordan Peele goes back to comedy at some point too. That would be cool. I'd be fine with that. That would be awesome. I love that he's kind of incorporating that into his horror movies though at the same time. It's kind of like you're getting the best of both worlds. You're getting Key and Peele and you're getting John Carpenter mixed together, and it's fucking sick. So I'm hoping to see the same thing from Zach, because like you could definitely feel the Whitest Kids You Know influence in Barbarian. I think that's why I just immediately fell in love with it. It had a lot of a lot of similar vibes to some of their sketch comedy from back in the day. So I'm so excited for it, man. I can't wait. When that comes out, I'm there opening night. So Carter, thanks for the $2, man. I appreciate it. I can't fucking wait for that movie. Dude. The Smiles voice throwing $10 in there saying, do you think the screen and before I even go on, thanks for the big support, man. That's a lot. I really appreciate that. Saying, do you think the Scream movies could have been better with a new character every movie, with the previous main character guiding the present main character? Ooh. I mean, you know, I do like Sydney's story through the first 3 movies. I think in 4, it's like, okay, you know, I'm definitely a little more interested in the new characters by this point. And then 5, like, I'm like, okay, thank God, we finally are following some new people. But I feel like you can tell a story like this across. You could tell a story like this with one central character across 3 movies. I'm down for that. That's cool. I think but my big thing about that is with Scream 3, it felt so definitively like an end. Like it felt like, okay, this is it. You know, this is the end of the story. And that would have been fine. Like we could have done a script. Like I kind of liked the plan for Scream 4 where it was going to focus on new characters and build them up through a trilogy. And that's kind of what they're doing here with Scream 5 moving into 6 now. So it's one of those things where like, I think people hear that and they think, oh, Jake hates Sidney Prescott or something. No, not at all. I think she's amazing. She's maybe my favorite final girl of all time. I think her story's kind of over, you know, and like that's fine. Like I think her story through 1 through 3 is phenomenal, and 4 it starts to get a little like okay, all right, you know, whatever. And then 5, I'm like, hey, man, that was a stretch bringing her into this. You know, I think now with 6, I'm happy that it's focusing on new characters. I'm excited to see Gale back. Don't get me wrong. Like I really am, but I'm glad that the focal point of it will be Sam, Tara, and Mindy and Chad and all of them. I love Sidney Prescott to death, man. I mean, she's a killer main character, but I think her story's over. You know, I love the story that's been presented to us in 1 through 3. It's great. Some of Scream 3 is a little whack, but I love ultimately, if you just look at like with an objective lens at like what her story was, I love it. It's really well done. So I don't know. That's just my take. I'm so down for more new characters in these movies though, because like they're always really interesting. They're always really interesting characters. I know a lot of people like to shit on the Scream 5 characters. Some of them were definitely underdeveloped. I think like Liv and Wes could have had a little more screen time for sure. But I really like our core 4. I'm really excited to see them back. I'm excited to see them back, honestly. I'm really excited to see more from Chad and Mindy. Their dynamic was really good in the last one, and we definitely did not see enough of it. And Tara and Sam's dynamic is really interesting too. So I'm excited to see that. I'm excited to see Tara have this like friendship with Chad and Mindy a little more too. I want to see that developed. There's a lot of great things happening in these new movies, in this new time, like not new timeline, but new story that I'm so excited to see resolved. Like I feel like I might be the only one who's really excited for that. I don't know. Me personally, I'm in with the new, out with the old. That's how I feel with horror franchises. Tell your story and move on to something else, and that's fine. We'll always have that story, and it's great. So I love it. The Smiles voice, thank you so much for the $10. I really appreciate it. Thank you. John Smith is again throwing $5 out there. Thank you, John. Thank you. Saying bold prediction, Scream will be the MJ Jordan of horror franchises. Love it. 6-0. Maybe some small nitpicks, mainly with 2 and 3. I agree. But overall, not one bad movie. I agree. Not one bad movie. I think they're all good. I thoroughly enjoy all these movies. Like 3 is fucking whack at points, and 2, the whole middle part of 2 is kind of weird, and the end of 2 is also kind of weird too. But I enjoy it, man. 2's got a lot. 2 has the highest of highs and the lowest of lows from the franchise, and I enjoy it all, man. I enjoy it all. It's all good. I love this franchise so much, man. It kicks ass. And with Evil Dead, we have the 5th Evil Dead film coming out here in a couple of months. That's the only other franchise I think that could give it competition, like with consistency specifically. Like there are definitely other horror movies that I think would like beat out some of the Scream sequels for sure, without a doubt. But I love, as a franchise, I think Scream and Evil Dead are like 1 and 2. I don't even know how I would rank them. I think they're both just so well done, so consistent. Scream does have more good movies right now than Evil Dead. So this is a really stressful year for me. This is a stressful year because I need Scream 6 to be good and I need Evil Dead Rise to be good, or I'm gonna be so fucking sad. Like Halloween Ends. Me not liking Halloween Ends is one thing because there's a lot of bad Halloween movies. So I was like, I'm upset with this and this isn't great, but it's whatever. We just got 2 really good Halloween movies. I'll take it. Two out of 3, I'll take it, man. That's cool. But man, I need my Scream and I need my Evil Dead to be good, man. I got my fingers crossed. John. I really hope you're right with that one. I really hope that's a correct prediction, not just a bold one. Thank you for the $5 and thank you for the $2 here too, saying I want some Jason Takes Manhattan Easter eggs with Scream 6. Dude, we're already seeing some, man. We're seeing Jason Voorhees in that little teaser trailer. That was great. Apparently Kirby has a whole conversation about Friday the 13th. Just a rumor, but that's going to be awesome. Her and Mindy maybe having a little back and forth about it. You gotta have that. Listen, I know they were talking about how we're not going to do the meta humor as much. They were saying the same thing with 5, and we still got some pretty meta conversations, which was good. Definitely a little more sparing than some of the past movies, but that's okay. I mean, listen, my biggest thing about Scream 4, and I literally said this on the last stream, was there's so much meta humor. Like, every chance they had to get a meta line out there, they took it. And while I appreciate that, like, half of them hit, you got to do meta commentary in doses, or it's too much. It's in your face, and Scream 4 is the biggest culprit of that in my mind. So I hope that they keep it going with that, with Scream 5, where it's just like, it's a little more in the background. It's still there. It's still present. You can still feel it, but it's not 100%, not in your face. So John, thanks for the $2. I got to hit this up because I'm just really curious. Alan Wilson is here saying Scream was trash. I'm so curious why you're hanging out here then. That's my question, my friend. What are you doing here? Are you lost? Are you looking for another stream? I don't know. You don't have to watch. You don't have to listen to this guy, this very loud, annoying guy scream about Scream. If that's not your jam, my friend. I just think that's really funny. Like, can you imagine going into imagine going into a stream and saying that? That's hilarious. You're lost, my friend. Mastermind Killer's throwing $2 out there saying Radio Silence's Scream series can be a quadrilogy. Oh, I would love that. I would absolutely love that. That would be sick. Let's do it. Let's do 4 movies. Why not? It's probably going to be 3. That's my guess. It's probably going to be 3, and then they're going to move on to Escape to New York next is my guess. But I wouldn't be against that. I wouldn't be against 4 movies. Like I said, these are not that crazy of movies to make. Like, we can keep pumping them out. We can keep writing good characters. I'm down for it, man. I am down for more and more Scream in the future. So, Mastermind Killer, thank you for the $2. I really appreciate that. Love it. Keep the dream alive. Keep the Scream dream alive. Scooppex is throwing $2 out there saying, thank you very much, my friend. Like the stream chat. Good. Good, man. I hope Roxana is enjoying Scream with you right now. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Hopefully, we made that happen. I hope I could help. I did my best. Scoopx, I appreciate it. Thanks for the $2, man. Oh, Mateo is saying, yo, you're in my top 12 favorite Scream YouTubers. Wow. Thank you. I appreciate that. Can you go back and read my theory I put and tell me what you think? I got you, dog. I got you. Mateo saying Emma Roberts did a good job in 4. I got a theory. What if Charlie didn't want to kill Kirby in 4? Like he stabbed her but wanted her to stay alive. Why? Because he's a simp. Well, he's definitely a simp. I'll tell you that much. Charlie is absolutely a simp with no doubt in my mind. That man was simping hard for Kirby and Jill. So I think you're spot on, Mateo. Yeah, Charlie was a simp. Charlie's the biggest simp of all the ghost faces. I think that's why he's my least favorite, because he's literally like, his motivation is like, I'm a simp and I want to bone Emma Roberts. Like that's about it, man. I'm like, okay. All right, man. So I don't know, just my weird whack thoughts. Tryhard7's throwing another $5 in there. Dude, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Saying, how will they go about the Scream franchise if it doesn't perform well in the box office? Wouldn't mind a TV series on streaming service with the same cast. Man, Super Bowl ad, lots of marketing already. If this one makes less than 100 million, I'm going to be shocked. Like, I'm going to be genuinely shocked if this makes less than 100 million. They are doing so, like, I think that right now, what's going through the marketing team's the marketing department's head, going through the creatives behind the film, I think we're worried about how, I think we're worried that this film's not going to do well because Nev's not in it, but I'm not even slightly worried about that. Like, I'm sure, I'm pretty upset about that. That sucks. I wish they would pay her the money. But is that going to affect the overall performance of this film? No. We have a lot of loud people saying that they're not going to go see the movie. But dude, for every one person saying that, there's like at least 1 million people, more than 1 million people who are so excited to see this movie and are definitely going to see it within its theatrical run. So I'm really not worried about it not making money. Like, I'm only seeing a few people saying that too. And like, I get it. I'm upset too. It sucks. But like, I'm going to see this movie. I'm excited for it. And it's like, it's not Radio Silence's fault. It's not Melissa Barrera's fault. It's not Jenna Ortega's fault. It's one of the producers' fault. Like, man, I'm going to check out the movie. I'm excited for it. And hopefully they get her back. Maybe they get her back. I really hope that's the case. I really do. I want Nev to come back. I really do. And it sucks what happened, but I'm still excited for this one. I still think it's going to be good. So I'm here for it, man. I think it's going to do pretty well. I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about it bombing. Like, maybe if they do a 7, okay. And maybe, if we do a 7 and we're back at Woodsboro again and it's same old, back to usual, I could see that maybe not doing so well, but this one's going to be different. We're promising it's going to be different, and I'm actually getting a taste of difference in this one too. Like, I'm actually feeling like it's going to be a little different. I'm not feeling like this is going to be same old again, and that has me excited. I feel like this one could actually be that movie that I've been wanting for so long, and will be good in executing that. So let's hope, man. I am down for a TV series though. Let's revive that TV series again. Let's have another season of that. That was fun. So the first 2 seasons, like I said, are fun. I don't think they match up to the movies personally, but I think they're good. I think they're a good time. So let's see what they do, man. Let's see what they do. Tryhard7, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thanks for the $5, dude. John Smith throwing $5 out there too, saying 2011, Jake, we were going back to 2000 earlier with John's super chats. Now we're taking a trip all the way back to 2011. Jake, I was your age, 24, when Scream 4 dropped in the movies. Saw it 4 times during its theatrical run. Nice. Glad our pal Wes went out on a good note. I agree. I totally agree. I'm glad, like, his final movie, last movie he makes, and he does it in a very rebellious and crazy way. I love that about Scream 4, about how much of a middle finger it is to all of the other people surrounding Wes Craven that kind of were dicks to him. Like the fucking the people who remade Nightmare on Elm Street, like the 2010 movie. Like, don't even call the guy. Don't even want his involvement, or like, whatever, you know, we're just going to make this movie. Wes Craven, whatever. Like, what's that has me, that it's the same thing with like Rings of Power, dude. They sent an email to Peter Jackson and were like, you know, if you want to be a part of this project, sure. And he was like, yeah, send me a script. You don't leave Peter Jackson on red. there's a few people you can leave on. There's some people in this world you can leave on red. Peter Jackson and Wes Craven are not those people, bro. Like, you don't do that to my boys like that. That's crazy. That's like, why would you? How could you be making a continuation of something like that and not want the people who made those great things from the past involved in your thing? That's so insane. Like, that's nuts. That's why those things suck. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know. It's nutty to me. It's and you kind of see a little bit of that in there. He's kind of making fun of remakes at the time, and even with the new characters in Scream 4, he's like, in a way, making fun of how the people who approach like the Nightmare film from 2010 would approach a Scream remake, which is, let's make Sidney the killer. That would be different. Like, that would suck. that would suck if they made Sidney the killer. That you're ruining like years and years of legacy just to have a shock, you know? That would suck, man. So I think Wes knew that, and he was definitely making fun of some people there. He's always been a little angsty, but Scream 4, man, he went out on a very angsty note, and I fucking love it. So, John, I agree, man. I fucking love Scream 4. It's so fun. It's a good time. So, John, thanks for the $5, man. I appreciate it. Thank you. Democrat Resistance is saying YouTube has Scream 1, 2, and 3 for free with ads right now. Nice. Oh, that's awesome. That's cool. I did not know that. So, Alan is spitting some facts saying John Smith is killing it out here tonight. Cheers. Yes, John Smith is. John, I love it, man. Thanks for the support, dude. I really do appreciate it. Thanks to everybody for the super chats tonight. It keeps the lights on, and I really do appreciate it. So, y'all are the best. Ooh. Mastermind Killer is throwing out an early ranking without even having seen 6, saying 6 is the best, baby. All right. I dig it, man. 6, 1, 3, 4, 5, 2. Ooh. You know, for a while I was like, do I put 2 at the bottom? And I'm like, I can't do it. Like, 2 is some of the best moments from the franchise. I can't put it as the last one. I'm like, I like it. I liked some parts of it so much that I'm like, I can't put it at the bottom, man. It's something else. Oh man, Dr. Carrot is here saying, "What's up, Killboy Drake? What's up, Noah?" he's literally over there. If y'all are like, what the fuck? Yeah, funny. What's up, man? What's up, Mr. Carrot? Our resident Danny Johnson here, everybody. Not to spoil my own movie, but what's up, man? Welcome. A ghostface killer in the chat. I dig it. What's up, man? How's it going? It was really cool to play. Just to real quickly summarize that. Really cool to play the ghostface killer in our movie with my brother. So that was awesome. Really good times. Really good times. Sarah Campbell is saying, and welcome to the 3 new Killjoy J cult member. Oh shit! What? Did someone buy memberships? Yo, and welcome to the. Oh man, no way. Sarah, I don't know if you did that or not. I gotta scroll back a bit, see if that happened, or what the fuck is going on. Welcome to the 3 new Killjoy J cult members and happy 9-month membership anniversary, Val. If there is 3 new people, unfortunately, I'm not seeing it, but I love all of y'all. I appreciate all of y'all's support if that is the case. Unfortunately, StreamYard doesn't like to show me. Doesn't really like to show me things like that, which is a shame. So I maybe if I missed it, if I did, thank you for your support, or if someone gifted it, all the love to you guys. You guys are the best. It maybe was me, says Sarah. I love it. Thanks, Sarah. Thank you. All the love to you guys. All the love. On a scale from 1 to 10, do you want a mountain? Yes, please. I would appreciate that. Thank you. You're the best, man. Thanks. Thank you. ZZM is throwing $5 out there. Welcome to the stream, dude. Welcome. And thank you for being a Buckeye. Go Bucks. Go Buckeyes. Let's go. Throwing $5 out there saying, great job on Red Right Hand. I loved it. Well, I'm glad you did. I'm glad you did. Not everybody did. And a lot of people were very vocal on that. But I do appreciate all the people who did enjoy it. So thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh, wow. That's amazing. That's crazy. Someone from the chat just bringing me a thing. What's up? How's it going, man? Welcome.
How's it doing?
It's doing, man. Are you in your underwear right now? Or
Nope,
you just vibing?
No one can tell.
No one can tell.
Yep.
No, absolutely no one can tell.
I'm wearing pants.
Sure.
Yes,
Yeah,
100%.
absolutely. Love it, man.
How's it going?
It's going good, man. It's going good. We're talking a little bit about Red Right Hand, a little bit about Scream 6. It's awesome.
I saw.
Yeah. Are you excited for Scream 6? Noah, are you
I'm
excited?
Very excited for Scream 6.
We're going to see it opening
Yeah.
night, right?
Oh,
We're
yeah.
going to see it opening night. We're going to fly to the UK and see it on the 8th. It's going to be awesome. Awesome. Got to catch it. I want to welcome John Smith to the Killjoy cult. Welcome. Go ahead, sip up on the Kool-Aid. I'll drink one with you right now. There we go. Yeah. Drink it down. There's nothing else in it. It's just Kool-Aid. Don't worry about it. Welcome, John Smith. I appreciate that. Oh my God, that Mountain Dew kicks ass. I have not had pop in like a long while. Thanks for being here, though.
Thought I'd say hi.
Hell yeah, welcome. You're welcome anytime. Just scoot your way on out there.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm wearing pants.
You
That is why I'm walking like this.
definitely wearing pants.
Yep.
Well, what a wonderful surprise that was. Love it, Noah. Bye. OHIO. Love it. Uh-oh. We gotta go blue. Uh-oh, man. Damn. Yeah, my friends at Dead Meat, they're Michigan fans. It hurts a little bit. It hurts my Buckeye heart a little bit, but I'll allow it. I'll allow it because they're so cool. Love it. Oh, we got some special chats in here. Carter Scotland Allen has been a member for 6 months. Well, thank you so much for your support, man. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate your friendship too, Carter. I appreciate talking movies with you, even if we strongly disagree on things. Carter's saying Red Right Hand was one of 3 movies that made me gag last year. That is music to my ears, my friend. Truly, nothing makes me happier as a human being to hear that. I was really hoping the grussy, as we call it, would make some people really grossed out. So that's... Oh my God, dude! Thank you for your support, Carter. I do really appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry if I nearly brought you to throwing up, but I do appreciate it. I do appreciate it a whole lot. All right, well, old Jake's gonna wrap up the stream here because I am so tired. I am so tired and got a long night ahead of me and a big morning tomorrow. So I do want to talk from John Smith, one last super chat. Holy crap, throwing $2 in there saying unpopular opinion, Halloween Ends is a masterpiece. Hey man, I respect it. A lot of people love it. A lot of people dig it, and I respect the hell out of it. Wasn't my cup of tea. Not so fond of the old Corey Cunningham, but hey, I love that people love it. You know, that makes me happy. So I'm glad that you dig it, John. So thanks for the $2. Oh man, and Carter's even throwing $5 out there too, saying, you know how much I didn't like Terrifier, but yes, Red Right Hand, Terrifier 2, and Bones and All. That's a pretty good combo of films to be put next to. Wow, that's some high praise right there, Carter, for disgusting shit. So I really appreciate that. Oh my God. I appreciate that so much, Carter. Thank you for the support, man. Thanks for the friendship. Good shit, man. All right, all the love, everybody. I'm going to be peacing out. We'll be talking Scream more, maybe even this weekend. I don't know. I might go live again Saturday or Sunday or something, but we will absolutely have a Scream stream on Monday as usual. We're back to our normal schedule. Jake's done writing shit for now, and we're back to YouTubing until the movie, pretty much until the end of April, and then I'm taking another break. So that's a long story for a future time. But I love all you guys so much. Love talking with you, and as always, don't forget to kill it out there, y'all.